Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode. So today is going to be more of an informative episode. And this is personal to me because I've had the displeasure of encountering yet another old hoe. If you don't know what I mean, you'll have to go back and look at my story times and the episodes about my ex and dealing with her mama, because that's another old hoe. But right now, up in my Matrix job, I have no choice but to work with this older woman who is so rude and overall just has a nasty demeanor. Every time I come in, I make sure to have a positive attitude. I say good morning to everyone, and even if I don't feel like being there, because I'm listening to my music on the way there, or, I got up that morning and I chose to have a good day. I'm always choosing to, just have a good day and make the best of it. So I come in and she act like she don't want to speak. I'll be like, oh, good morning. Hey, good morning. And she's sitting at the desk. She the only one sitting at the desk, and she don't say nothing. She act like she don't want to speak, and if she do, it's real fake. It's good morning. It's real fake. And I don't know what the problem is. And I know, like, nobody's obligated to say nothing to you or interact with you or whatever if they don't want to. But if you are just sitting there, I greet people. I say good morning. And if I come into an area where someone is at, that's just the common courtesy thing to do, is to speak, right? And I remember my first day. She showed me around a little bit on the first day. She gave me like a brief overview of what I would be doing. Mind you, I only work on weekends. So when I came back the next week and I had questions, or maybe I had forgot some stuff, she was so nasty. She was so nasty to me, y'all. That's why I told you to read the Pass Down book. I remember I couldn't find something, and so I came to her and asked her, and she was like, "It's there. You just don't know where it is. You just don't know where it is. Like, it's there." And I'm just like, "Okay." She's like, "Well, I'll come help you. I'll come help you." What? I remember one time I was late. And I came in and I had signed in and everything. And I think I was there. I was supposed to be there at 10. And I think I got there at like 10:15. So I put that in the book. I got there at 10:15. But I'm so used to putting 8 hours. I just put 8 hours in the book. Like, I put 10:15 and I signed my name and I put 8 hours. It just habit. And I go, start my shift and start doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I come back, I had to come back past her, and she snuck and gonna look in the book and gonna say, "You need to change the time in the book to 7 hours and 25 minutes because you was late." Girl, what sense do that make? Like, is it that serious? Is it that serious? When I clocked in on my phone, they seen me clock in at 10:15 this morning. My time is calculated as 10:15 this morning. Okay? I clocked in on my phone. I wrote 10:15 in the book. What's the big deal? It's really not that serious. Like, why are you nitpicking with me? Why? But to me, an old hoe is somebody who is significantly older than you, maybe mid-40s, early 50s, and they see you as competition. And a lot of things, and I'm sorry, but a lot of things come back to a man. Most things narrow down to a man, believe it or not. These type of hoes had kids probably around your age. If you anywhere in your 20s, they probably got their time wasted by a man, running behind a man, and their choices have made them have to work at these little penny pinching jobs. See, they get these jobs. Okay, y'all. They get these jobs. And it's like, it become their whole personality because they need to feel some sense of purpose. They need to feel like they've accomplished something. So working at a company for 10, 15, 20 years is a big deal to them. That's an accomplishment to them. And the little shift lead role or the little, cause she ain't nothing but a shift lead, baby, the little shift lead role or a little small promotion that they get, to them, that's big shit. You know, you ain't did nothing else in your life. You ain't never been a supervisor before. You ain't never did nothing. So, of course, you gonna feel like you that bitch. And I think at these jobs and places, you have to watch out. Because there will always, even if you at a job, somewhere you have to be at, maybe even at school, or just people you have to be around, there will always be an old hoe lurking in the shadows, hating on you. Always. There always seems to be that one weirdo ass bitch who wants to hate on you. And if you don't believe me, look at Meghan Markle. Look at Meghan Markle. She had a whole ass queen hating on her, making things difficult for her own weird ass reasons, her own weird ass agenda or whatever the fuck. That's what I'm saying. It's always, if you look at stories back in history, it's always an old hoe who want to knock you off your square and make things hard for you. Like, okay, let me break it down. And I promise y'all, this is going to be my last time talking about people who have kids, because I've already made my opinion clear on how I feel about that. Because if we're going to break generational curses, we have to look at everything. We can't just pick and choose which thing we want it to be. And having kids when you're not ready, and having kids when you're not financially stable and sitting on a good enough foundation and a good enough nest egg, that makes for you repeating a generational curse. Okay? So, okay, watch the cycle. A woman gets with a man. We could talk about the 90s, because a lot of our parents, a woman get with a man because she like him or whatever. She been around him all the time. They live in a small town, or they live in the same city or whatever. She like him. She eventually starts to love him. That man comes from a home being raised on survival. She came from a home being raised off of love. She's, very family oriented. The woman doing whatever she can to show him love and prove to him that she loved him and holding him down. But he don't know how to receive that. All he knows is how to be a liar. All he knows how to do is finesse and just do shit to get his way. And, he be cheating, or he's just a bum, or whatever it could be, right? And he know that he have a woman that's going to do whatever for him. So they always having sex, and they always in each other's energy. So he ended up getting her pregnant. And she been raised up in a religious family like most of us. So she don't believe in abortion. Even though by that logic, having a child out of wedlock is just as bad. But hey, think what you want to think, do what you want to do. So now she wants to keep this baby for whatever reason. And he has already made it clear that he don't want it. He don't want nothing to do with it. So either he dip off on her ass, or he drag her. He either dip off on her and he's not present in either one of their lives, or he drag her through the mud because he feels trapped. So he's abusive to her. He disrespects her. He does things to make things difficult for her. That's what I mean by drag her through the mud. Or maybe he'll go to prison. That's an automatic you're fucked. Because he go to prison, now you ain't got nothing, you ain't got no help. Or the alternative, something happens to him and he ends up dying. Excuse me. Something happens to him, he ends up dying. Okay, That's neutral because that ain't nobody's fault. But with any of these outcomes, this woman is stuck with however many children she chose to have with this man. And she had to take care of them. She hasn't gotten a chance to experience life. She hasn't gotten a chance to learn herself. All she knows is everybody around her have had kids. All she's seen, she thinks that's the right thing to do, and that's what you're supposed to do. She hasn't experienced life on her own enough to make sound, level-headed choices. So she has to spend her time providing for these children, struggling to work on her education, and forced to work jobs that she hates, forced to work penny pinching ass jobs that she can't stand being at. Having to deal with stupid shit, because I can sympathize with it. Having to deal with stupid shit, having to deal with these managers and these supervisors who don't really give a fuck about you, and these dumbass rules and this bullshit they done came up with. Having to deal with all that. Forced to do it. And I'm not saying you can't be successful. I'm not saying that this hypothetical woman can't be successful because she has all these children. She can still be successful, but it's going to be a lot harder. You see, it's going to be a lot more difficult because having kids, whether y'all want to admit it or not, having kids makes you a slave. If you're not rich, if you're not a successful entrepreneur with a large clientele or a large target audience that constantly is buying from you, having children and having multiple children makes you a slave. And by statistics, a lot of people who have multiple children are poor, are considered poor. Having kids broke makes you a slave. And haven't we slaved enough? Haven't we had it hard enough? It forces you to have to do shit that you don't want to fucking do. So these women, these types of women, they meet somebody like me or like one of my listeners who is a smart, hot young girl with a great personality that everyone loves to see coming. And she hates that. She hates that. When they see a girl younger than them getting to her money, generating a bag, making moves, the girl is out here making moves that she can't make because of her choices in life. This girl out here doing things that she stopped herself from doing at an early age. That's fucking ridiculous. She's mad. She's mad at the fact that you are out here young, vibrant. You're pretty. Your body looking nice. The fuck? You getting money. She already asked you if you had kids. You said no. She instantly is mad. Instantly you a competition. I have had women ask me, oh, do you have kids? Oh, do you want kids? And as soon as you tell them no, it becomes a problem. They start hating on you or they start acting weird towards you. I don't understand what that is. That's not my fault, babe. That's not my fault. Because any money I'm making is going straight in the bank. Any money I'm motherfucking making, bitch, is sitting on. The fuck? Why are your decisions somehow my fault? And instead of uplifting me and teaching me not to make the same mistakes you did, you have to indirectly make sure I'm having a hard time or that any young girls around you is having a hard time because you're having a hard time. Bitch, fuck you. Because that ain't nobody else's fault. And anybody on here who is like that, you need to take a good look at yourself. For real. Your choices ain't got shit to do with nobody else. It's what you chose. Suck it up and make the fucking best out of it. If it's some shit you want to do, bitch, you're just gonna have to work 2 times as hard, 3 times, 4 times as hard to get it done if you want it that bad. You don't get mad at the next one. You don't get mad. You be happy for her. You uplift her. You show her that you proud of her. Baby girl, I see you on your grind. That's some shit that I should have did. I love to see you doing that. Because there's some girls doing shit that I didn't do when I was their age. The fuck? It's some early 20s girls and girls still in their teens doing shit that I wish I had did. Some shit I wish I had thought of. Girl, I'm so glad you thought of that. You're going to be so much straighter later. It's just, I don't get it. I don't understand it. And that's why I always come back to stop allowing a man to get in your ear. Because it's going to make you a bitter ass bitch. Don't you ever let a man get in your ear and tell you what you need to be doing. He's a man. He doesn't know what the fuck is going on with you. He can't tell you how you operate. He can't tell you how your mind and your heart is supposed to operate and what you're supposed to do with your body. He can only tell you a suggestion and what he thinks. You don't let no man tell you that you need to have some kids because you not having kids at a certain age. It look bad on you. It looks great on you. It looks great on you. Do you understand me? It looks amazing because other people who are older than you, people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, they looking at you. They like, yeah. You handling your business. You on your motherfucking grind. You doing something that I wish I had did. I wish I had waited. I wish I had stacked my money. I wish I had experiences. I wish I didn't throw responsibility on myself at such an early age because I felt like that's what I needed to do. You know how many older people have clapped their hands for me and been like, you know what? Keep doing that. Keep doing that. A lot of older women, they want to live through you. They want to uplift you. They want to encourage you. You're supposed to be happy for anybody who cracked the code on some shit. We keep talking about we want to break generational curses, but nobody wants to do the work. Nobody wants to make the hard decisions. So how the fuck are we going to do it? It's only a select few people and everybody keeps saying the same shit. But baby, it's only a select few individuals who is really about to make a change because it's going to happen over time. This is not something that's going to happen right now. Y'all have to understand that. We keep talking about, break generational curses, break generational curses. Do you know what that really means? It's going to be transgenerational. That means I'm going to make a decision. If I choose to have children one day and I pass it down, and I'll pass it down to my nieces, nephews, pass it down to, my little cousins and stuff like that too. But if I choose to pass it down to my offspring, they're going to know what I learned. I'm going to teach them what I learned. I'm going to show them what I learned. And it's going to be in their everyday life. Showing them, teaching them, uplifting them, encouraging them, wanting them to do that for other people. Showing them how to be a light for other people. The mistakes I made, make sure they don't make them. The way that we was raised, the way a lot of people have been abused, the way that a lot of people had to raise themselves, they're not going to be doing that. Setting things up, setting up a foundation so that your children do not have to have those same experiences. And being broke is one of them. When you have a child and y'all don't understand, when you have a child and you do not have the money to take care of them. Yes, you're taking care of them on just enough. You're taking care of them by the skin of your fucking teeth. You out here working, like I've said before, you out here working 10, 12, 16-hour jobs. And you're not spending time with your children. That's why you see so many relationships with people's parents. And they like, Mama, you was never there. Daddy, you was never there. You was always working. And when you got home, you didn't want nothing to do with us. You know, you was irritated when you got home. We got a version of you that we didn't really want to be bothered with. And you probably wasn't like that before you had kids. You probably was nothing like how you are now. You're always tired, always irritable, because you're constantly working. You're in a state of survival. Stop putting yourself in a state of survival and handle your business before you have them. Because they're going to grow up with resentment. They're going to grow up with different types of trauma because you're always working. So they have to go get babysat, right? Them getting babysat might lead to them getting essayed. Them getting babysat might lead to something terrible happening to them, a traumatic event happening to them. So they grow up with that. And it all leads back to you had a child when you was not ready and you didn't have the time, you didn't have the money. And that's what happens. And you can argue with me and say, oh, well, me not having the money don't have nothing to do with it. Yes, it does, because you send them to stay with relatives. You send them, anybody who will watch them, you'll let them watch them. Because you don't have money to pay for no daycare. That's what I'm saying. You don't have money to pay for no nannies. That's what I'm saying to y'all. Handle your business first. Don't you let no man stop you. Don't let no man tell you nothing about having no kids. And then even if it's not having kids, even if it's just being in a relationship with a man, we have to stop always worrying about a man and wanting love and chasing after love and just idolizing love. We have to stop doing that. Handle your business. Get to some money. Get to some experiences. Learn to love yourself. Learn yourself. Spend time creating yourself into the woman that you want to be. Worried about a man? Download the store apps and start going shopping and looking at outfits that you want. And start looking at hairstyles that you like and what nails I'm going to get. My nails and my toes going to what I'm going to get with it. What vacation I'm trying to go on. Oh, what I'm about to do, a few months from now. Oh, let me figure out this. Let me figure out that. Oh, let me make a list of the food I want to eat next week. So when I go to the grocery store, I can take my time and I can find me something good to eat. There are so many other things to do instead of running behind a man and being worried about a man. I keep myself so busy and so caught up in myself and the things that I want to do in life. I don't be worried about no man. The few little niggas that I talk to, they wonder why I'm not texting and calling them back. Baby, I'm too busy worried about me. I'm too busy caught up in me, baby. I'm not texting you every day, running behind you every day. And it's not even on no mind games. It's really, I want me. I'm caught up in myself. I want to love myself. I'm teaching myself how to love myself, how to be around myself, being content with myself. And the things I'm not content with, I'm working on that. I'm building that. The things I don't like, I'm working on it. And all of these things work together to prevent you from being an old hoe. Nobody likes an old hoe. And I'm not saying like, you was a hoe back in the day. But some of them was, yeah. But a old bitch, a old woman, or whatever, however you want to say it, old hag, old bag, old witch, whatever you want to call her. But it prevents you from being that. Someone who wish that they had not have wasted their good years worried about having kids, worried about love and all these different things. And they have to play catch up in their older years. You should be retired. You should not be in your late 40s. You should be getting ready to retire from a job. You should have enough money stacked up to where you ain't even working. Or whatever the case may be. You should be straight enough to where you don't have to worry about those things. Prepare for later. Spend this time preparing for later. If a man come along, he needs to come along and he needs to shock you. And he needs to fucking impress you so much that you can't take, he can't take no, like like what? He's not going to take no for an answer, basically is what I'm saying. He needs to just be amazing. Something that just stop you in your tracks that you've never experienced before. That's the only way I'm about to stop my goals and what I'm doing, because I keep seeing the same stuff over and over again. People keep doing the same things over and over again, and you're acknowledging that you're doing it, but for some reason keep doing it. Whatever spell they got over my people, baby, I buying that up, because they got to go and get up out of here. We have to be better for each other. The children that you're having, the experiences that they have, the environments that they've been born into, that they're going to grow up and they're going to have issues because you made stupid choices while having them. And then you'll be an old hoe. And I'm not even going to say you will, because no, y'all ain't. Y'all ain't going to be no old hoe. But a lot of these women are old hoes because of that. But y'all go ahead. Y'all do what y'all want to do. Don't say I didn't tell you. Don't say I didn't tell you. I told you in my Fuck Niggas Get Money episode back from 2022. That's down at the bottom. I told y'all that. So thank y'all for listening to this episode. And once again, like I always tell y'all, I love y'all. And I'm going to tell you the real. And these are my opinions. This is how I feel. You don't have to necessarily agree. If you don't agree, you don't have to listen if you don't want to listen. But yeah. And as always, I will catch you in the very next one.